close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left.
Now, the world is changing. It's a time that we can officially call Generation Z. It's a time when the world is oozing aspirations, proper attitudes and creativity. And on set tonight, we have one of the best purveyors of positive vibes and learning. Thank you very much for tuning in to Beyond Limits tonight. My name is Aquino Koske, and as you can see, we are at the very beautiful grounds of Carnival. Now, make sure you join the conversation because the hashtag is already live and active. Karibu sana
Thank you.
First
Thank
of all,
you for having me.
You are looking amazing.
Thank you.
Oh my God, I cannot believe you're a mom.
Thank you. Thank
How
you.
do you get to this amazing look and after the babies?
I last year, a time like this, I didn't look like this. So for me, it's a process, it's a journey, and I'm glad that I'm here. It's a long story, but we'll have that conversation.
All right, on set, my dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, is Amina Mude. You may have known her differently, but she's here. And you can ask your questions on her IG page and her Twitter handle and all her socials. We're going to make it clear. So now, the famous girl in town. You have been famous for many reasons. How do
Can I call myself famous?
Oh yes, you are.
Okay. Okay.
How does it feel having all of fame come to you like that?
For me, I don't feel like I'm famous, first of all. I just feel like I have people who share the same goal with me. Yeah, and it feels, when I meet people and they say hi to me, it kind of feels real, but I always try and remain grounded.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I know one of the reasons why some people know you is because of your wonderful hubby who's doing a good job in the industry, by the way, Ben Kitili. And people just don't want to detach you from Ben Kitili. How's that?
As a woman, for a very long time, I was always referred to Ben Kitili's wife. Most of the time, there was never Amina Mude. And for me, being a woman, I like, and having a daughter, I want my daughter one day to know that you're a human being, you're a lady, you're a person before your spouse. So I'm trying to move away. I'm not trying to move away from my marriage. I'm just trying to be my own human being and having my name.
Yeah. Because in the end, it's two complete atoms.
Yes.
Atoms, others who call it that, joining and making one huge thing.
Yes.
You have started a very straight journey on your socials on weight loss and well-being. What was the foundation of that?
Just to take you back, I have two kids. My firstborn was, thank you. My firstborn was born in 2014, December. So before my kids, I was 68 kgs.
The proper weight of a lady.
Yes. And
Yes.
when I got pregnant, I was quite young. I was 21. So I never knew anything about motherhood in terms of my body. So I got pregnant, gave birth to my child, and then my weight I woke up one day. I remember I didn't know I was growing big when I was pregnant. So months after getting my firstborn, I look at myself in the mirror, my body has changed. I step on the weighing scale, I'm 90 kgs. All the way from, let's say, even 70. That's a whole
20 to 30
yes,
additional.
yes. And then you look at yourself in the mirror. You're a young mom. You want to, like, I had cleared university, so now I was joining the working industry. Your body doesn't look so nice. And then I carried it from 2015 all the way until I will say my aha moment was in 2018, but I knew I wanted to have another child. So I told myself, let me conceive, get this other babe, then I'll work on my body. So I got pregnant. When I got pregnant, I was like 93 to 95 kgs.
God.
So I was trying to, I knew I needed to do this, but I knew I'm still carrying a baby and I need to take care. So I tried to eat healthy. So by the time I was giving birth to my son, that was 2019, I was 110 kgs.
Oh
but I knew in my head that this weight is going. So I started a journey of healthy living, and with that journey, I moved from 110 kgs to now 74. Wow. That's around 36 kgs.
I know. And in how long? How many months?
I will say 9 months.
9 months. That's
yes.
almost a year. So
yes.
you give you time, the time for
Yes,
process.
and I knew that I want to do, because I tried yo-yo diets here and there. I tried doing diets, but they will just backfire on my face. But this time around, I said, I want to go back and understand how my body functions and how I wanted to sustain it as a lifestyle, not just the weight loss came as a secondary to what was happening for me. I was getting healthy. Yeah.
You talked about a condition that you discovered that
Yes.
you had, and that was contributing so much to
Yes.
the weight gain and all.
Yes.
What was that?
So back in 2015, after I had my firstborn, I got postpartum depression, and it was so bad. I was admitted at Chiromo Lane Medical Center for depression, only to find out that my depression, specific for me, my postpartum depression, was caused by a condition called hypothyroidism. Hypothyroidism is a condition whereby your thyroid gland, which is a gland that is located on your neck, does not function well. So part of the consequences of having that condition, apart from weight gain, to other symptoms, you get depressed. You're easily prone to mood disorders and depression. So when I found out, my doctor, who I had a very good doctor, advised me to stop taking the antidepressants, to move to now taking levothyroxine, which is the medication. So that has been my journey. Apart from weight loss, I want people to, I want to champion women to find out if they have a thyroid condition, because it affects, according to American statistics, not in Kenya, because the thyroid is not, hypothyroidism is not known so well, it affects 4 in every 5 women, and most women have depression, mood disorders, weight issues, simply because they have a thyroid problem. And for me, that's another area that I'm very passionate for women to know their bodies, get tested for thyroid problems, and to get onto the right treatment and the right way of life.
Right. And if you haven't actually checked out her IG page, it's at Amina Mude.
Amina_Mude, yes.
Amina_Mude, and the whole program is there. I love how you're doing it. You're making it so relatable, and everyone can actually just try out what you have tried out and see if it works. But let's go back just a step a bit. There's something that's really real to moms and new moms, that is postpartum depression. Sometimes people who are new with this motherhood think that it is something worth condemning when you feel like you're angry at your child and the fact that you've had a child. How was that for you, the experience? How did it make you feel?
There are 2 aspects of postpartum. For me, I'll speak for myself, it was my body not functioning well because of the thyroid, and then there was the societal pressure. Like I said, I got my child when I was young. I was like 21, turning 22. You're a new mom, there's expectations, and then I was a new wife, started living with someone. So society has many assumptions, they have many standards for us, and especially now you have, as a mother, you have your challenges. Now you're a young person. I look back and see people who I had studied with are now working. Me, I'm just in the house. I have a newborn baby
who is crying
all the time.
So much. Apparently their tummies are always aching.
They have colic. I didn't know about that. So the baby is crying. You're there frustrated. Some days you feel like, what am I doing? Why am I in this situation? Why am I a mom? So you hear the baby crying, you feel like, and you're expected to look like a mother. You're expected to love your child unconditionally, to always,
always love it.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. If you're not what is expected, you're a bad mom. And people expect, especially the crying part, it's a lot. So when I found out that my postpartum depression was caused by a thyroid, it was like a relief. And that's what I want women to know, that sometimes you're not depressed because of issues in your life. You're not depressed because you don't have a job. Your body is set up to work against you. And just having the right information, and then having the right medication, and actually finding out that you have a condition called hypothyroidism.
What we all want to know is how you met the very amazing Ben Kitili. How did that happen?
I was actually, it's a very interesting story. I used to have a crush in campus, and then the crush never, I wouldn't say he was my boyfriend. I just had a crush. So one day, one of my friends told me, you should leave this boy. He doesn't want you. Look for someone who wants you.
Move on, girl.
So it was like how you will tell your girlfriend, enough is enough, let's take you somewhere. So we went to town, and then we were hanging out, me and my 2 good friends in campus. I was in my first year. And then the next table, there were friends. Ben was not there, but his friend was there. So they were waiting for him. By that time, he was a news anchor at NTV. So they were waiting for him so that he comes, and then they leave. I think they were going somewhere. So the friend strike a conversation with me, then we started talking, and then in that conversation, I happen to have mentioned that I am doing communication or journalism. Then he's like, I have a friend of mine who, you know, he's in the industry. So he came, we were introduced, and then that's how we became friends. And then, like they say, the rest is...
The rest is history.
Yeah.
We have been loving you guys, and especially because you're kind of growing before the public eye. I have no idea how that feels. I guess it's for everyone else.
It's challenging.
It is.
Yeah.
How is that? You literally have to live the most intimate and crucial part of your life with the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing that I've learned, and I've learned it the hard way, is to keep sort of, I wouldn't say private life offline. It's just to sieve what I put online and what, you know, my real life. So I try as much as possible to be real with my friends and my people who follow me, but also as much as I'm trying to be real, I filter what I'm letting out, because I believe the minute you put some things outside, you allow people to come into your marriage and allow to have
Even
conversation.
The devil.
Yes.
The devil.
So as much as I would like to have people walk in my life and see, you know, have the real me, I also have to like find a fine balance towards what I allow people to see and what I don't allow people to see.
And people should just cut everyone some slack. I mean, everything is that you experience in your marriages and your houses is not like it's any different with the public figures anymore. Anyway, that aside, before we go into your hacks as a mom, because it looks like you have it all figured out.
Oh my God.
Yeah. What works for you in the project that you have taken on, if I may call it that, the weight loss program? What is it that has really worked, that has been picked by the public and has worked well and has been appreciated?
I will say I'm an ambassador for intermittent fasting, which in shortcut, I'll just be saying IF really has worked for me. And that's the thing that I'm trying to use my platform to educate people about intermittent fasting, and not just for weight loss, for other...
Fasting is the one that you have an organized kind of commitment to fasting?
It means you don't, generally, you go hours without eating completely, and then hours of eating. It's just a switch between fasting and feasting. So I did that. I went into it for weight loss, but along the way I learned that it helped with my thyroid, it helped with my other issues in terms of getting to know how I'm going to have a healthier life in the future. So I use my platform, specific my Instagram, to teach people about how to fast, what type of fast work, and then try and have different conditions, because I have an autoimmune disorder. So trying to teach people about how you can use intermittent fasting for not just weight loss, but if in case for you look very lean, but you might want to fast not because of weight loss, but you want to do it for mental clarity
of mind.
Yes, you want to do it.
I fast so that I can have mental clarity. Finally, before we finish this segment, the motherhood hacks. Manze, you have done well for yourself, and I believe this has worked. What is it, the things you have done as a mother that have worked? Some of the challenges you've experienced with the children as they grow and how you handle it?
No one was born a mother, we learn. So one thing that I tried to do...
I like that. No one was born a mother, and there's no manual.
No. You can come tell me a hack that works for you that might not work for me.
True.
It's a matter of learning each new day. It's like when you go to work out in the gym, you might look at a workout, it looks easy, but once you're thrown into it, it's so hard. So for me, every single day is a learning process. And when I feel like the days I sit and I feel like I'm not, I've not done A, B, and C, I reach out to people, I seek information. I do not pretend I'm the best mother on earth, neither can I say I'm the worst. So every day is a learning curve. And then I like to also share with a mom. When I meet you and you're a mom and a certain hack has worked for me, like sort of 2 weeks ago, a friend of mine gave birth, and I was telling them what works for me. Just get like a certain medication for colic. You see, the minute you learn something and it works, share out the information, because you don't know who you're helping. And then learn, be open. Don't pretend like if I come tell you,
covered.
Exactly.
Yes,
and allow people to help you. Call in your friends, call in your parents.
Your family.
Let them. It's not your. It's your work as a parent, but it's not cast on stone that you're the only person who's going to raise this child.
So some people see personalities in their children they're growing up. Do you sometimes look at your baby and say like, "That's Ben Kitili"?
Let me tell you,
so Ben.
my daughter
Yeah.
is a striking image of the father. But if you know me as a person or my personality, she's me. Like, everything I do, I look at, do you ever look at someone and then you're scared? Because
Yeah.
I feel like she's living me, like she's the mini me.
All the challenges you ever gave your mom, you're like, I'm going to have them with this one.
And then I'm looking at her, I'm like, girl, relax. It's never that
Breathe
serious. Yeah.
That's amazing. All right, we'll be coming back. Beyond Limits takes a short break. We are coming back to finish that statement, plus the brain buster, the questions that are going to make Amina so uncomfortable. You do not want to miss that. Don't go too far.
Yeah.